to learn about the most savage crime carried out by a child that will leave you in shock. The following is the list of the most dangerous kids in the world right now. 7. Bobby Woods Jr. It can be said for sure that not all youths have the ability to think logically and clearly. This is especially true of 17-year-old Bobby Woods Jr. of Lufkin, Texas. Bobby lived with his girlfriend and the 3-year-old son of his girlfriend's brother, Mason Cutler. Bobby's girlfriend was pregnant, and this posed a bit of a problem in his mind. He felt that their house wasn't big enough to accommodate another child. His way of solving it? Bobby took young Mason to a pond behind their house, pushed the young child into the water, and walked away as the wailing child drowned. A genuinely heartless act and a terrible solution. Bobby admitted that he planned the whole thing. It also discovered that his girlfriend knew what happened, but she was deemed not fit to stand trial. Before we move on, here's a quick challenge for you. If you can leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the notifications in less than 5 seconds, you will have 10 years of amazing luck. Hurry up and try it. It actually works. 6. Jarrell Milton. 30-year-old Charles Fisher and 31-year-old Jamil Ray were drug dealers. On June 29, 2015, they made plans to sell some marijuana. An uncomplicated transaction was supposed to go down at a park in Omaha, Nebraska, but the deal turned out to be far from it. As they got to Miller Park, the duo was ambushed by 3 assailants. Ray was killed following the bullets he took to the head and neck, while Fisher was luckily shot in the shoulder and survived. But we hear about these things all the time. What makes this any different? Well, the real shocker is the fact that the 3 assailants were young boys. 12-year-old Jarrell Milton and his 17-year-old brother, along with a 15-year-old friend, had planned to rob the 2 dealers for an easy score. You could sleep easy knowing that he will be back on the streets soon, judging by the fact that Jarrell is a minor. 5. Daquan Stribling, Quandaris Burris, and Jace West. When most stable and normal young teenagers get together, they usually perform activities that don't involve a senseless homicide. However, that wasn't the case in October of 2017, when 3 young boys in Baldwin, Mississippi were bored and wanted to do something fun. Instead of going to the bowling alley, perhaps playing video games, or just harmlessly hanging out, they decided to kill a 70-year-old heartlessly. Henry Adams Jr. was found outside of his house on October 23rd. Quindris Burris and Daquan Stribling were just 13 years old at the time, while Jace West was 14. The killer trio has been charged with capital murder. They would have to stand trial as adults, but they won't face the death penalty because of their ages. While the motive for this senseless killing is suspected to be robbery, police have yet to confirm it publicly. 4. William Schultz. William Schultz is extremely dangerous and deranged. There's honestly no other way to put it. It seems that 18-year-old William believed that the world was coming to an end, and he wanted to tick off a few things on his bucket list. What's the top of his list? Well, William wanted to find out what it was like to kill another human being. On April 26, 2015, Schultz approached a house, cut the power, and entered. He sneaked upstairs where 19-year-old Jordan Almgren was sleeping and stabbed the child to death. But why target Jordan? William reasoned that Jordan was weak and little. He'll have at least 25 years to rethink his life's goals as he sits in prison waiting for parole. 3. Jordan Brown. Jordan Brown had a severe jealous streak, which will surely make you lose sleep. His crime was definitely horrific, but he was also recently released, which is just as scary. Jordan Brown is now 6'2" and 18 years old, but he was locked up as a plump 11-year-old with severe jealousy issues. Well, Jordan didn't like the idea of his father's fiancée being 8.5 months pregnant. He had the impression that a newborn would be given all of the attention. So, he came up with a plan. He used the 20-gauge shotgun that his dad had given him for Christmas in 2011 to take care of this problem by shooting 26-year-old Kenzie Hulk while she slept. The unborn baby was also killed as a result. We can only hope that he is rehabilitated. 2. Armadeep Sadag. This is a case of a boy who scared India with his callous acts. Serial killers are nothing new. They have walked the earth for ages and will continue to. In one way or another, Armadeep Sada wasn't much different from your run-of-the-mill psychopath who gets his kicks from killing little kids. In 2007, he reportedly bashed his 6-month-old cousin's head in with a brick, or possibly a rock. He then duplicated his cruel and heartless deed on his baby sister, and then again on his neighbor's kid. There are a couple of alarming facts about this case. Firstly, some neighbors were aware that Sada was responsible for the first 2 deaths, but they considered it a family matter and did not report it, meaning that his third victim could have been saved if they had spoken up earlier. Perhaps the most horrifying fact is that Sada was just 8 years old when he committed these crimes in 2006. Christian Fernandez. In 2011, 12-year-old Christian Fernandez was left alone with his 2-year-old sibling while his mother was away. Christian repeatedly slammed the defenseless kid's head into a bookshelf in a fit of anger, making him the youngest murder suspect in Duval County's history. When he noticed that his younger half-brother was no longer responsive, he took the dying boy to his bed. After confirmations, it was discovered that Christian had also slaughtered a little cat previously and that he had experienced hate-filled adolescence, including wrong manhandle and witnessing his father's suicide. He was given a request for homicide and exasperated battery. Christian was jailed until he was 19 years old.